Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Sunday. It's been a while. It's been a while. There is a reason for it. There's always a good reason. At the moment, let's start the video. Yeah. So. Still working here in Australia, but about to leave. The time with the 997, the summer Porsche time is now up. It's time to go back to London. Sunny London we'll call it, but we know it's not sunny. Had a good stay in Australia, had a few drives, not as many as I wanted to due to work commitments. I got a lot of mods done. Thanks for all the support for those videos. The mods were good. Still got the short shifter to fit when I come back. Still got the PPF to put on the bonnet, which is one of those things I've forgotten about, but I keep bringing up and I keep thinking that I have to do. Getting focused. That's better. Is that better? Yeah, so there's still a few more things to do, but in general pretty happy with what's been done. Happy with the console, the leather console blades, happy with the embossed Porsche crest console lid, happy with the really expensive little leather key surround. Enjoyed making that video actually, enjoyed making the video where I did all the mods. What else I had done to the car? I think that's it. It seems like a lot, but in 2 years of ownership, so that's a list, that's everything that I've done to the car, that's all the mods. Because it makes me think about what I've done in the car, and sometimes you forget what you put into it. You forget what you put into it, you forget the little things you've done. There's been quite a few things, but I think the car now is almost about right. I mean, there could be a few more leather mods put in there, but in general, I think mainly the things to change on the 997 will be when things start to wear out. Like if the suspension or the springs wear out, I'll upgrade it to a slightly better Bilstein type suspension setup. If the brakes wear out, I wouldn't actually change the brakes. I would just leave the brakes as Porsche OEM. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but for me, I just want to leave them Porsche OEM. But that's probably the other things that will happen with the car. The general maintenance, the general things that, you know, will wear out on the car. The car is 2006, so it's 13 years old this year. I've had it for 2 years. It's getting on. It's not classic status yet, but hopefully I can keep it. Hopefully I don't have to ever sell it. I mean, that's my current thought process at the moment, is that this car I never sell, I just keep it. I know it's not like an RS, I know it's not a sport classic, I know it's not a 911 50th anniversary or a 911R, but it's a car that I think it's the first 911, it's my first 911, it's my first experience with Porsche. I still think that base 997 is going to be a very collectible 911 in years to come, and I'd like to keep it. If I can get another 911, maybe this one goes in storage, maybe I switch between the two, but I would like to keep it and I would like to just hang on to it. That means obviously if you're buying a new car, you have to come up with a lot more money because you don't have the trade-in. So also the value of the 997. I just did my insurance. My car is insured for now the same value that it was insured 2 years ago. It hasn't gone down. Agreed value. If that's market value, that's pretty good. It seems like the market is pretty steady. It seems the standard Carreras in Australia are, there are some for the high 70s, 79,000 Australian dollars, high kilometers, 05 models. When you get into, and these are manuals I'm talking about, not autos, and then when you get into 06s, lower kilometers, I think the price range, I think it's sitting around 85 to 89 for a base Carrera, 06 like mine. I think it's sitting at, and mine was valued at the top end of that range. The insurance is valued at the top end of the range. I think the S's are about 95, maybe 95 to 115. 95 being 05 S's going up in price. I'm not talking about 0.2s here. 0.2s are very rare and a lot more expensive. But I think the market's holding pretty steady. Someone on Instagram mentioned to me that or on YouTube, that in the UK the prices are really dropping on the 997s. It's a pity I can't buy one there. The reason why I can't buy one there is there are possibly changes happening this year, and the changes, if they do happen, could be exciting for the channel and could be exciting in that I could be located somewhere where there's a really good track and the ability to buy a Porsche at a lower price and to do more track days and to join the Porsche Club there, which I've seen online are very active. It's not in the UK, it's not in the US. it's where we do a lot of business, but I'm not going to say anything yet because it may not happen, but if it does happen, it could be very, very cool. Only for a short period, only for a couple of years, but it could be very, very cool. So that's something that may happen. But apparently 997s in the UK are falling a little bit, good value, someone was telling me, so that's good to know. I'm sure the Sport Classic and those GTSs are holding value. I guess the base Carrera will always be a little bit cheaper. Interesting though, with the 992 come out, the 991s, as you guys have probably noticed in the US and the UK, 992s have hit the 991 market. They're dropping quite quickly here. They seem to be, I think I saw one the other day for about 135,000 Australian. 135 Australian dollars for a 991 Carrera is the same price as a 997.2 Carrera. Now that's pretty crazy that the 997.2 is now at the same price as the 991. So trying to work out Porsche prices and trying to make sense of it is almost difficult. I have been looking at I keep looking at the GT3 RS, my favorite color, the gray with the red wheels. 2 for sale in Australia, 360 and 380. So sitting about the same price as the 991.1 GT3 RS. I know the 997 GT3 RS is more hardcore, but I mean, if I had the money, honestly, I would buy one of those cars. I really, really love it, and that's such a collectible car. And I think the price is pretty good. At 360, I think that's actually a pretty good price. There were about 4 or 5 available. They've actually sold, but there's 2 available. The other car that I like, of course, is the 991.1 GT3 RS. They're dropping but holding so-so. I think the lowest one at the moment is about 350. Anyway, just an update video today. You know I always like talking about Porsche. You know I always like talking about the market and what's happening in the market. Interesting, I was watching Nick Murray's video, how he said, you know, he likes the 992. I think he said he liked it, I can't remember. But he wouldn't buy a car in its first year. I think that's a really good point. You know, you look back at 911s in the first year. I mean, the 997 had issues in the first year. That was when all the IMS stuff come out, the very first 05, 04, or whatever it was model. And his 991.1 that he had all those issues with. Bearing in mind he's still got problems with his 991.2, but they seem minor compared to the 0.1. But I think that's a good point, you know, not to really buy the first gen. Not to buy the first year of the first gen. Mine's not the first year, my 997 is 06, so it's almost like the second year. But I don't know if that's true or not, but it's something to think about. I always like watching Nick Murray's videos because he always has one point which is always very relevant, very relevant. That's a very relevant point. Bearing that in mind though, I've actually started to really like the 992 911. I actually like the rear now. I didn't like it at first, I like it. I love the dash, I love the interior. I love how they give you more options. I don't love how the price has gone up and it's going to be really expensive. God knows how much the GT3 or the GTS will be here in Australia when the base S is 265,000 plus on-road cost. That's not with any options. So you're looking at a $300,000 car for a Carrera S, which is way too much money, I think. When they depreciate, of course, then they'll be okay. But anyway, this is the last video out of Australia. I haven't really shot the video today. I just wanted to have a quick chat. I'm in the process. I've just washed the car today. I've done my detailing. I've done a full wax on the car, as I always do before I leave. So later tonight I will up the air pressure in the tires to the maximum, which I think is 50 psi. I'll put it on the trickle charger. I always have it on the trickle charger for 1 day before I leave because I make sure that the trickle charger goes through its stages. Then I can see that it's working properly, so I know it's working. Even though people check on my car, I just like to know it's working for my peace of mind. Pump the tires up, put it on the trickle charger. It's all waxed. It's got so much wax on it, it's not going to be any trouble down there. It's inside, but I like to have a lot of wax because of the contaminants in the air. Yeah, so I've got to wait for the air in the tires to cool down. I filled the tank up with petrol, and it's almost ready to put to sleep, so to speak, for the next London trip. So that'll be all sorted today. Tomorrow we pack. Tuesday we fly, Wednesday we're in London. So the next video will be out of London. Thank you for all the support over the summer. It's been great. Thank you for all the comments. Keep commenting, keep talking to me. Send me a message on Instagram if you want to talk about the 911 or if you need to know anything. I will always try and help. I have a lot of people that contact me through IM on Instagram or contact me and just talk to me in the comments. But thank you for all the support over the summer. I think I made a few good videos this summer. I'm pretty happy with a couple of them that I made. Like I said, I really like the mod video. If you haven't seen it, it's here. Give it a watch. And thanks for all the support. Let's keep growing the channel into 2019, and I will see you in London. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.